In this video, I'm going to create another piece of spy gear for Blender Challenge 14. I'm going to create a camera in a lighter like James Bond. All right, so to do this, I'm going to need a reference image so I can just sort of follow along with this. So there's a lot of these images on the internet. Okay, so this is what I want. And I'm going to do this by, first of all, I think I'm going to just take this. What I'll do, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to duplicate this one. And I'm going to just rotate it so that it looks like this piece is relatively, kind of straight. I'm going to trace the top first. Let's just press the arrow so I can't move it. I'm going to bring in a curve path. Let's pull this up. That's going to be just fine. I'm going to scale it in. Okay, so let's take those 2 points first of all. Let's bring them down to there. Let's take these points and scale them in the X. All right, and then we'll just do this. Let me bring those back up. Get the general curvature. I'm going to take these 2 points and extrude them down. And I don't have to follow this exactly. I just want a bit of curvature, sort of similar to this. All right. Let's go back up and maybe just a little bit of that kind of curvature. Okay, so to create the top, let's hide that stuff. So I've got this. All right, now I'm going to come over to the curve dialog box. See the resolution of 12 there? I'm going to convert this to a mesh. Let's just have a look at this. If I go convert to mesh and come in and look at it, you'll see there's quite a few points. I'm going to back up just a little bit, and let's try 8. And convert to mesh. And you see there's just a little bit fewer, but I do want quite a lot for a nice curvature. Okay, so I'm going to select those points now, and I'm going to look from the side, and I'm going to extrude this any direction to give it some thickness. I'm not following a reference image for that part, so I'm just going to do that. And then in 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt and click this edge here, F to make a face, Shift Alt and click that, F to make a face. It's open at the bottom there. Okay. Now we're going to give this a bevel. So Shift Alt to click those edges again. And let's Control B and pull. And just watch that nothing overlaps. Like I don't want to pull too much. It's a nice bevel. And roll my mouse up a bunch of times to get it nice and smooth. It looks like that. Okay. So it doesn't follow it exactly, but I'm okay with that shape, I think. Okay, so this one I'm going to delete now, and I'm going to take this reference image now and just pull it in. And I'm just actually going to play with this until I get something that I like. Maybe I'll bring it forward. It's easier to select. I'm just going to scale it up a little bit. I'll take this and just scale it. Just want to get the general dimensions for this thing so that I make the bottom the approximate correct size. Okay. I think that's going to be okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in and in edge selection, Shift Alt and click the bottom edge, and look from the front again, and Shift D to duplicate it, drag it down to the bottom here, P to break it out so it is a separate object, go back in, E to extrude, and pull up. Good. I'm going to hide that. And here's what I've got. let's come to the bottom here and let's Shift Alt and click that. F to make face. Let's Control B to bevel, pull up. But just before I do that, let's just make sure as we look, we don't get crossing over. I'll do that. Let's shade smooth. Let's make sure we're saving. Let's change this to lighter bottom and lighter top. Okay. Good. I'm going to hide that piece here, and I'm going to come in. I want to give this some thickness. So I'm going to go E, Alt S, and I'm going to, let's see, pull in. It really should be probably looking at this, but let's come over to here, and we'll see how much I've used. 0.028. Let's try 0.28. I think that might be enough. Let's unhide the bottom and do the same. E and Alt S, pull, and 0.028. We get them the same. Okay, lighter top and lighter bottom. Okay, I'll press the slash key. And then let's come and in edge selection, Shift Alt and click both of those edges. We'll give this a small bevel. Control B, pull. I'm gonna roll my mouse back to 0, and I'm gonna put 1, 2 in there maybe. Is that enough? I'm going to redo that and just want to see if I can get a bit of a bigger bevel, like maybe that. Okay. Slash key, focus on the bottom, slash key. Do the same thing. Doesn't have to be the exact same bevel, just Control B and do it. Okay. Slash key. So I now have a top and a bottom. Okay. Okay. Let's put a hole in the bottom of this. I don't know why. Let's just do it. Bring the 3D cursor there. Shift A. Mesh. Not cone. Let's do cylinder. Default values, it's a nice big hole in there. Control 7 to look from the bottom. Let's not do that though. Let's look from here, make sure it goes through. Let's check that all of our faces are facing the right way, and you can see that these aren't the red ones. So we'll select both of those and go into edit mode, Alt N, recalculate outside. Now they're all facing the right way, so everything should work. So let's take this piece here. Add modifier Boolean, leave it on difference, and with the eyedropper select the cylinder. Go ahead and click apply. I might use that, so let's hide that. And for this thing, what we're going to do, first of all, is I'm going to select this bottom edge too. And just with the outer edge selected, I'm going to bevel that, Control B, pull. Just leave a number of segments in there. As you can see, that sort of fixes up some of the shading. We'll do a bit more work on that. In fact, let's do that. Let's go ahead and add a bevel to this. I'll put a few segments and I'll leave this at 0.02, but I'll switch this to over here to angle, and I will also add weighted normal. And that. Let's come over here though, back to the bevel. Let's try arc. And let's just come in here and look and see what I've done. Yeah, didn't do a nice job of this, did I? That's okay. Oh, Jesus, it's everywhere. All right. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah. I'm just wondering if I want to do something down here. I want to do something like that. Like, you know, like splitting it. I might do that. I mean, I just did do that. Select these and bevel them. Okay. I kept this thinking I might use it as like a cap. Let's scale that in Z. Let's push it out though. Like maybe it would be something. I'm going to go Control 2 for subdivision, 2 subdivisions. A couple of edge loops. Actually, in this piece here, I'll just add inset. And let's just focus on that. And I'll delete that face. Slash key, bring everything back. And pull it in and maybe scale it. I could just leave that there. Now, if this edge isn't visible enough, because it's might be too small, maybe I go in and let's see. Maybe box select all of this. Let's see if I got what I needed. Make it bigger. You know. And then I just have that. I could put a different color or something for that if I wanted to. Okay, so we're close to the end of what I need to do here. Let's just hide that for the moment. And actually, let's bring it back. Let's get rid of this empty. Let's come in here, and I'm gonna rotate this right now. So what I'll do, I think I'm gonna select this inner edge. And I want to rotate it with respect to that edge. So I'm going to select it, Shift S cursor to select it, bring my 3D cursor there, and switch over here to right here to 3D cursor. So I got this, and I'm going to rotate in the Y with respect to the 3D cursor. I'm just going to go RY now. You see it'll open like that. Big shit. Yeah, okay, that's okay. So it looks like that. So we can start building on this. But I'm just going to pull it up just a little bit. Okay, and I got my 3D cursor right there. That's fine. I'm going to Shift A mesh. We're going to bring in a cylinder. I'll just leave the default values. I don't care about how many polys I'm using. I'm going to rotate X90. And we'll make a little hinge here. Scale in the Y. I don't know how big this has got to be. Not too big, but big enough to be seen if I want it to be seen. I'll start with that. And I'm just going to roll my mouse up, let's see, a couple times. Let's see if I do one, let's say one more. So I get the ends and a middle. Let's do that. Let's do this. Shift Alt and click, Shift Alt and click, Shift Alt and click in face selection. E and Alt S. I'm going to push just a little bit, not too much. I don't even know how visible that would be. If I shade smooth and maybe bevel, but we'll put this on angle and we'll bring this up a little bit. We could then, well then do weighted normal and that. Let's try that and then bring in a plane. Scale it down to the approximate size of that. Let's rotate Y90 and let's see where this would be. Let's have that and that, and let's do that. I can have that there. I'll select this edge. Just pull it up. Let's give this whole thing a bit of thickness like this. And let's add a bevel to that. All right, I better do all the usual. Weighted normal. Not all smooth. Let's bring everything back. Let's take no, I can't select it like that, eh? What if I just pull this out in front a little bit? Sorry if that doesn't look that great there. You're barely going to see the thing. Only thing I need to do is check that. Yeah. Let's flip those. Okay. Alrighty. I got that. I got that. Let's have a look at these though. See if I need anything here. I might just throw a bevel on there. I will need that probably later, and then I can do that. What I got? Yeah, okay, I already got that on there. Yeah, that's better. And let's make sure this is an angle. It'll look good. Okay, so inside will go that camera, as you've seen. I'm going to do a little bit more design work as well. Let's just throw on the cavity shader. Put the shadow on it. Okay. I might make that bigger so that it just looks a little bit better. But that's what we've got so far. Very simple. And then in the next video, I'll create the camera and see if there's anything else that I need to do with this outer shell of the lighter itself.